poverty. Botswana Prison Services holds a commissioner's handover ceremony. While Mogoditsane Fighters comes back from a goal down to force a 1-1 draw against Mochudi Center Chiefs in a First Division South League match played yesterday. We're broadcasting live from Gaborone, the capital. Good afternoon. The Minister of Youth, Gender, Sport and Culture, Mr. Tumiso Rakhare, has implored governments and development partners to strengthen policy frameworks, institutional arrangements and strategies to reach the 2030 targets of ending poverty in all forms and manifestations. He said this on Wednesday at the ongoing 68th session of the Commission on the Status of Women held in New York, United States of America. Kabelo Khakololo reports.
Over 100 ministers responsible for gender issues sat in a round table to talk about mobilizing financing for gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls, policies and strategies to end poverty. Rakhare says there is need to capacitate and hold accountable those entrusted with the responsibility of implementing government policies and initiatives.
Ya go aga setšhaba le go se tlhabolla ka jalo he sepe se re se dirileng e le melao sepe se re se dirileng e le kana ke di-policy kana ke di-program re tshwantse re rurihatse gore di a goroga ko go bone e se ka ya nna gore ke puo ya molomo hela.
Apart from acceding to the Maputo Protocol, which speaks to the rights of women in Africa, Botswana partnered with UN Women in 2019 to implement the Accelerating Women-Owned Micro-Enterprises Program.
Ba UN Women ba na le program e le gore e ikaegile ka go thusa dikgwebo potlana tsa bomme mme gone ka 2019 ne re na le target ya gore re hitlhelele bomme ba le 500 e le gore ke bomme ba ile gore segolobogolo ba ko dikgaolo jaanong ne ra heta target eo ra kgona go tshwara 621.
The CSW 68 has been an eye-opener so far.
Ka hela ha o ntsha lehuma mo go mme o ntsha lehuma mo lehaseng ka gore mme ga ke itlhokomela hela le nosi o tla ba tlhokomela ngwana a tlhokomela masika mo go teng care work re na re bua gore bomme ba dira care work eo ke lehaselofi ano mme sontse re a tswa mo lehumeng a kgone gore a itirele jaanong re berekisanya kana re pataganye thata le bogosi
ba bane ke re tengwe e bua ka baswagadi ba ena gore they have to be financially independent ke be go nthuta gore mme when I get back home a ke le ke gore ke nna ke ba pute ke nete ha tsa gore a me bo mme ba e le bo mmela ba baswagadi ba ba ho a ba bona ditshwanelo tse di ba tshwanetseng ka gore ga gona support e ne ba e bona mo borre
ke setse re bone ba ileng gore re ka tshwaragana le bone ba ileng gore ba setse ba na le ba kgatlhilwe ke statement tsa ga minister a Maphakela ba setse ba bua gore nya rena re batla go tshwaragana le Botswana re tlisa mo go teng tsa baranyane go digitalization go Botswana.
The First Lady, Mrs. Noma Sisi, is expected to give a keynote address on the nexus of a GBB-free generation on Friday. Kabelo Khakololo, BTV News, New York, United States of America.
Now, the newly appointed Commissioner of Botswana Prison Services, Mr. Anthony Mogento, says he will continue to lead with the philosophy left by his predecessor, Ms. Dinah Marathe, of improving the prisons department to become a high-performance organization. Mr. Mogento said this during the change of command ceremony, which was held in Mahalape. Love more, Mario.
Former Commissioner of Botswana Prison Services, Ms. Dinah Marathe, handing over the key to Mr. Anthony Mogento to show the change of command. Ms. Marathe, who led the Botswana Prison Services for 2.5 years, said during her stay she learned a lot and believes more has been achieved. Among the achievements being collaborating with the Khosi to take the services to the people.
And they have chiseled me more to now become the Commissioner of the Botswana Police Service. It is the training that I went through in the Botswana Prison Service, and I remain very grateful. Ramogento, once again, I want to congratulate you and say, bana ke ba, boeteledipele ke bo ba the prison service. Know that you have a lot of talent You have a lot of experts. You have everything that you need in the prison service. Yours is just to continue to influence them to give their best, and that is achievable.
The newly appointed commissioner, Mr. Anthony Mokento, said his predecessor led by the philosophy of building a culture of high performance, and the rehabilitation has been taken to high level to benefit the prisoners and change their lives.
She convinced that rehabilitation, that is training of training prisoners, giving them skills, providing psychosocial treatment, were not an end in themselves. Rehabilitation would only be complete if we took the prisoner and walked with them back into their communities and assist them to reintegrate with their families and society at large.
The two commissioners vowed to work together through reintegration program and implemented what's needed from their departments. Love Mo Mario, BTV News, Mahalape.
Moving on with our stories, the African Organization for Standardization, ASO technical committees have been advised to collectively address the quality of their goods in order to achieve the African Continental Free Trade Area objectives. This was said by the Minister of Trade and Industry, Mr. Musi Kafela, when officially opening the ASO technical committees meeting on Tuesday. He said technical committees are important as that the major drivers for harmonization of African quality standards, adding that Botswana launched the National Quality Policy last year to subscribe to the required quality standardization of products and services. Terry Makweng.
ASO, which consists of 43 African member states, aims to initiate and coordinate standards development for strategically important products and the promotion of social, industrial and economic development through standardization. It is in that regard that technical committees were encouraged to continue with the promotion and coordination of conformity assessment practices in Africa.
ASO commitment extends to the promotion and coordination of conformity assessment practices in Africa. The importance of such practices in ensuring the safety, the quality, the reliability of products and services is of critical importance. It is through these practices that we can facilitate trade, we can foster innovation, we can assure our consumers of the integrity of our products. The ASO Conformity Assessment Committee and its efforts in implementing the ISO IEC 1705-12004 standards stands as a testament to dedication to these principles.
The technical committees from member states were also advised to make quality their priority when creating products, as that can help enhance the standard of the products.
It's very important to understand that your work does not stop here. Your work, when you go back in the Bureau of Standards that have sent you, you know you are sent by the Bureau of Standards. You are not here because of ASO Central Secretary. Go back and report that we have recommended these standards for adoption. We want to see them in our catalog because there is upcoming technical regulation framework that will request to withdraw our standards. We shouldn't be somewhere and always being reluctant to buy African product.
The technical committee meetings, which is expected to end on Friday, will help the different technical committees to come up with ways of standardizing the quality of products manufactured in Africa. Terry Makweng, BTV News, Gaborone.
Now, residents of Khansi have been encouraged to use the Bwana Speaks program, which was introduced with the aim of making it easy for Botswana to voice their opinions and ideas without having to wait for a Khotla meeting. This was said by the House of Chief Secretary, Mr. Moroka Moreri, in a Khotla meeting in Khansi on Tuesday. Lesego Mokwaisi compiled the report.
It has been a norm that most Botswana wait for hotline meetings and use the platform to air their opinions and share developmental ideas with the area member of parliament. Some feel the platform doesn't give them more time to interact and share their thoughts. Therefore, government through parliament has started the Bwana Speaks program, where Botswana are able to send their grievances and ideas through the internet, making it easy to communicate.
Puso hai tabologa e dirile ana gore jaanong motswana mongwe le mongwe a buele mo palamente a le ha leng teng ebile dikgang di skatsa diega go kwa go mo palamente ebile di skatsa tsama di na le bana ba pheo di tsamae hela di tshwana le mašwi di le phepa di tswa mo thobeng ya sebui
me thulaganyo le ya Botswana Speaks ke gone gore setšhaba ka kakaretso se nne le kgolagano le palamente ka gone gore le nne ba tsaya karolo ka nako ye melao e dirwa ka nako ye melao e hetolwa ka nako ye melao e thabollwa le tshwanetse gore ka nako tsotlhe le be le lona le ba tsaya karolo mo ditiragalong tseo ko palamenteng.
Khansi District Council Chairperson Mr. Jeremiah Tibi urged residents to embrace this program and make use of it for their benefit.
Isimolodiswa ke gore batho bao ba le mo go yone lenaneo le la Botswana Speaks le ra gone gore re te go nna le karolo re te go nna le sabe re te go isa dikgang tsa rona go yo re mo romileng gore ha ya ko pusong a ya ko parlamenteng a bana le bokete le go thaloganya dikgang tsa rona re le ko dikgaolong le ko dikgaolwaneng.
Bwana Speaks, what are we saying about sustainable environment? What are we saying about sustainable development? What are we saying about human and social development? Bwana Speaks, what are we saying about governance, peace and security?
It is hoped that Botswana will use the Botswana Speaks program to communicate easily with our representatives. Lesego Mokwaisi, BTV News, Khanti.
This is BTV News and we're broadcasting live from Gaborone, the capital. As we continue with our stories, the Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Fidelis Molao, has urged the senior officials at his ministry to come up with strategies that will help his ministry to carry out its mandate and improve services offered to help farmers. The minister said this at the ongoing Ministry of Agriculture retreat in Mahalape. Love more, Mario, once more.
Among the mandates of Ministry of Agriculture is to improve food security and champion agricultural development through local production and promotion of consumption of local foodstuff. The leadership of this ministry found it fit to conduct a retreat and discuss all issues affecting their services and how to improve them.
During this retreat, colleagues, we need to identify areas to focus on, understanding that in order to focus, for us to be successful, we have to be selective and to prioritize. We had quite a number of objectives and inflection points in the last year, and unfortunately a lot of them are incomplete. This year, which is the year of transitional plan, let us take bites that we can chew. Let us remember our core business. Why do we exist?
Minister Fidelis Molao said it is time for the employees to make necessary collective steps to implement and act on ways to help farmers on any issues affecting them.
We should be saying this is where through all the process that we have put in place, the horticultural fund and others. How do we enable and ensure the uptake, the fund,
At the retreat, some parastatals which falls under the Ministry of Agriculture, like Botswana Vaccine Institute and National Agricultural Research and Development Institute, are in attendance. Love more, Mario, BTV News, Mahalape.
The Matangwane cluster village's water supply infrastructure upgrade has started. This was revealed by the Water Utilities Head of Business Center for Francistown and Silibe Pikwe, Ms. Gatlaretse Machete, during a stakeholder engagement meeting in Francistown. The project is expected to be completed in November this year. Faith Ditete reports.
The project that is on a second phase of upping the pipelines, pump stations and tank sites in Matangwane, Makobo, Jamataka and Natale villages is expected to address water shortage that has been an outcry amongst the 4 localities.
Go nagana le phase 1 e neng ile gore e ntse e dubana le go bona gore metsi a gore go clustereng ya Matangwane e le gore go tshimologong e ne le gore e khabara metsi a Borolong, Chadibe, Shashemuke jalo mme ra e khona mo go gompieno metsi e ke satsang go e bua e setse e bona metsi hela go le botoka hela thata mme ga go sala le gato la bobedi le le gore re ne re tshwanetse gore jaanong re bone gore re thabolla mealo mo metseng ya Matangwane, Makobo, Natale, Jamataka. Ke metse e le gore mo gompieno ya ka re bua yana ba mo lenyoreng le le botlhoko mme ba na le dingwaga ba ntse ba sena metsi mo metseng ya bone. Yaanong tota re dumela gore mo gompienong re tlo go dira mo go teng re tisa metsi a lekaneng.
Stakeholders openly welcomed and appreciated the project.
Re tshwanetse re leboge thata ba komponi ya metsi gore be re le mo districting e tshwanang yone ya rona ya Tonota district bo ba lemoga metsi ya rona gore e tlhoka metsi
no ele thoko lona ba lebeledi ba project gore a mme go diriswa material o quality ka di pipe di sabelo go thubega a supervision is ka mpampetsa e twa halala go bona gore tsone di specifications tse di builweng e nne tsone
keletso ya rona re le kgaolo ke gore ha re na le project e ntseng jana e puso e tisitseng mo go rona re nne le dipoelo kontega one metsi hela gore a taba a gorogile santa se ke na le kgatlhego mo sone ke dipalo tse di akanyediwang tsa ditiro tse di ka thamiwang mo baneng ba rona le batho ba rona mo kgaolong.
This project also includes the construction of a direct water utilities-based office at Matangwane village aimed at bringing services closer to the people they serve.
Project ya rona e setse e awardetswe ra kontraka o e leng gore o setse a le mo saeteng. The total pipeline yote hela ya the whole project is 31 kilometers. Ke project e leng gore e dirwa ka madi a kana ka 94 million. Project ke project e leng gore e setse e simolotse. The official commencement date e ne le di 6 tsa February ya go hela ka di 5 tsa November. Duration a yone it's 9 months.
As the water supply from Shasha Dam is sufficient, it is imminent that these 4 villages also benefit from the constant supply of quality water, just like other villages supplied by the Shasha Dam. Faith Ditete, BTV News, Francistown.
And that story brings us to the end of our bulletin for this hour, but Tato Khosimore is standing by with the news of sport.
Thank you, Khomotsawa Utukile. This is In Context, the sports update brought to you by Tato Khosimore. Thank you for joining us. Let's jump straight into our top story this afternoon. Mogoditsane fighters came back from a goal down to force a 1-1 draw against the Muchudi Center Chiefs in a First Division South League match played at the SSG grounds in Gaborone yesterday. The results leaves Makhosi on the 4th position on the log standings with 21 points, while fighters are 10th and managed to collect only 15 points from 15 outings. Ryan Kangonyani.
Both teams failed to find the back of the net in the opening stanza, taking the game into recess at a goalless stalemate. 16 minutes into the second half, Elias Chinyamba's men combined to score a team goal, with Happy Pilani's inch-perfect cross finding One Mogetsani, who scored a beauty of a goal. The goal forced fighters to change their approach and come out of their shells, which worked as they leveled matters through Tebogo Mogotsi, following a defensive mishap by Chiefs defense. A flurry of attacks followed from both ends, but none found the back of the net as the two sides shared the spoils in a 1-0 draw.
Very important point because kanano relatletse sengwe re tsentse 15 re tlile no 20. It means we are improving every day. Re missed the chances. How bona disabo tse ke di tsentseng ke ne ke bona gore my key players bana ba la pile because there is a mele tripetelle re 2 and 4 re tsamaya re boa go bokete mo ba tshameking go ntse yalo mara especially a re tla be re tla re tshameka ga gabe ke gabe jaanong wa bona even game yone ya ka kwele basimana ba ne ke ba tsenya ba tsene gabe ba change the game. I'm very happy for them.
We've got goals in us. I think we need to work on our defending as a team and avoid the individual mistakes like what happened when we considered a goal. Our last man, 50-50, you need to be strong when we are in the last line of defense. But these are things we need to remind our players time and again. We avoid individual mistakes, then we are good to go.
The draw means that Chiefs remain fourth with 21 points from 15 games, having won 4, drawn 9 and lost 2, while Fighters, on the other hand, moved up 1 position to position 10 with 15 points they accumulated through 3 wins, 6 draws and 6 losses. Ryan Khamanyani, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Moving on, Footballers Union of Botswana hosted a meet and greet session for legends of the game, which included former coaches, administrators and former players in Gaborone on Friday. Some of the legends who were present at the meet and greet included former Zebras coach Stanley Tsosani, who took the Zebras to their maiden and only AFCON appearance, as well as Sexton Koa, who is the founding member of União Flamengo de Sportos, coach and former administrator. Also present was Slame Tladinyane, who was forced into early retirement by a nagging injury, as well as former Gaborone United chairperson Chipa Matlwane and former player Tiza Sekapana. FUB donated 10,000 pula to each of the trio of Goa, Sekapani and Tladinyane, with all kasi topping up with t-shirts and a sheep for each from Stan Tsosani.
Re lemoga go na le pharologanyo mo lehatsheng la rona tota mo lephateng la batshameki ba e leng gore o ka re ba na le bothata either go ka go tshimologong ne re bona ba batela batho ditlabo hela yalo ba thusa le batho ba e leng gore gongwe mo botshelong ba amega ka nngwe tsela ke so se e le gore tota ne se shota shotego ya batho ba kileng ba tshameka bolo e le ko godimo mme re bona nako nngwe le nngwe ga o utlwa gote go nna le sengwe sa FUB o ithela e le go tokagadiwa.
I've coached for 47 years. I've never gotten any amount from coaching. I was supposed to have got money when I went to Joanne. Unfortunately, my health failed me. You know, touches me. Some people can be very appreciative.
Gore ke tlogele bo ke ne ka go bala ke le bo extension kana sendere samgale green lava se ko lobatse ke ne ka wa me ka se ka wa sentle nke re tseng ke wele ka tlhogo ya no go spatela ba re ke gore go mo go dira ga tseng go mo le gore a o ka ga tlhogo fola ka gore no ga fetile matsogo le maoto yaanong tota go tlogela bolo ga mene se gore ke rata gore nka e tlogela ne ke ntse le gompieno ne ke ntse ke eletsa go ka e tshameka.
In conclusion, Adrian Robinson has scooped a second bronze medal at the ongoing Africa Games in Accra, Ghana. Robinson scooped a bronze medal in the finals of the 50-meter breaststroke yesterday in a time of 28.28. Siod Jaoud from Algeria scooped gold in a time of 27.98, followed by El Kamash Youssef from Egypt in second place in a time of 28.27. Robinson scooped his first bronze on Monday after finishing third in the 100 meters breaststroke final. Botswana is currently ranked 6th with 4 bronze medals out of 52 countries competing at the Games.
We arrived in Ghana on the 6th of March, and we started our competitions on the 9th of March and ending today on the 13th. I would say we were received very well here. The people are so humble and they're so peaceful and loving. Also the pool, the aquatic center is of world class. And we came with a team of 4 swimmers made up of 2 girls and 2 boys. And we had about 15 entries. And out of the 15, we've managed to record our personal best times individually. And we also had a 4x100 mixed relay, which also we managed to make it to the finals. And also we had a couple of finals throughout the entries that we had. And then I would say the competition is pretty tough, but we've managed to have about 2 bronze medals from Adrian Robinson, being 50-meter breaststroke and 100-meter breaststroke. I would say the performance is really commendable. For us to be swimming against the African giants in the likes of Egypt, South Africa, Algeria, Zimbabwe, and others, it's quite a commendable performance for us to have made a lot of personal best times. We've qualified for a couple of finals, and to come up with 2 bronze medals out of a big competition like this, it's quite commendable. We had about 29 countries taking part, and yeah, we did well. I would say big up to the team.
That's it from In Context, a sports update. In Context continues on the other side. Stay tuned and stay blessed.
O tsogile jang mo nakong tsa gompieno re harharilwe ke malwetse a sa tshelwaneng ka go harologana bokankere khupe